In this video, I will show you the new features of version 9.5 of Empower Charts and Empower Content Creation. First of all, we're going to take a look on flexible waterfalls. Now you're able to modify and add connectors, which are these lines right here, as you wish. So you can delete single connectors in the chart, like that, and add single connectors via the Lines menu in the action bar above the chart. By clicking on connector lines right here, you can choose the start and end point of the connector and insert one like that. Moreover, it is possible to create multiple connector lines starting from the same point, like that. In combination with the feature new X, meaning the keyword that you can type in your data to start a new waterfall in your waterfall chart at a defined height, you're now able to recreate and convert almost any single waterfall chart. I'll show you the new X feature once again real quick, although it is not new in version 9.5. Firstly, I'll navigate the mini X cell in my chart and then I can insert a new column with the keyword new and for example 500, and then I'll add another point and a value, let's say 200, and now you can see that a new waterfall has started at the value of 500 in my chart. And because you're now additionally able to create connector lines any way you want, you can now create any chart you want. The next feature comprises several data chart improvements. First of all, you're now able to modify single number formats and label compositions. Therefore, I simply select the respective data label in my chart, and you can see this window opening up where I have the possibility to select what should be shown in my data label. For example, the value and the percentage. And I can furthermore create a custom data label and add the elements that I wish to my data label and choose, for example, another separator, which could be a new line. And the preview allows you to see what your data label is going to look like. And then I can simply click on OK, and my custom data label is applied. The next thing you can do in version 9.5 is to delete legend entries. So if I insert a legend, for example, on the left, I'm now able to select one entry and delete it. Moreover, it is now possible to create multiple category breaks. As you can see, we have two leaps in time in this chart, which we can visualize via two category breaks that I can insert in the Lines menu and via clicking on category breaks. Now I can select the break positions and click on OK. Furthermore, we have improved the contrast algorithm, so Empower knows now better when to use a light color in the data labels and when a dark color, depending on the background color of the data point. So if I use a light gray, Empower will use a dark color in the label, and if I use a dark gray, Empower will use a light color. The next new features concern Gantt charts. While defining the timeline or date range of the Gantt chart, either in the Gantt wizard before you insert the chart, or when you access this menu in the action bar, or when you modify the date of, for example, a task via the overlay menu, you can now use this large calendar. It gives you a much better overview of the date range, especially while working with longer timelines. Moreover, it is now possible to scroll during the selection of the timeline. The next feature concerns the regional settings. The region can be selected right here. And now you can work on additional settings when you click on this little wheel right here. You can choose the calendar week in order to configure and calculate the calendar correctly. Furthermore, it is now possible to modify the weekend, because this differs between the regions too. And I can also hide the weekend if I untick this box. Right here, I am able to modify the default date format that will be used as a default for all the objects that I add to my Gantt chart. When you, for example, use a lot of objects in the Gantt, it might be preferred to use a shorter date format. The next improvement of our Gantt chart is that overlapping bars are now positioned slightly below each other in order to fully see both of them, although they are overlapping. Moreover, we have a Gantt label collision avoidance. So if I drag, for example, this milestone close to these milestones, Empower automatically adjusts the label positions so that they are not overlapping. It is now also possible to define the size of the milestone separately, which you can do in the Properties menu right here. So I could, for example, make them a bit smaller without changing the appearance of the bars. The next new features we're going to take a look on concern the improved ThinkCell converter. It is now possible to convert ThinkCell text links and ThinkCell tables. And due to the improved waterfall features, you can now convert optically modified ThinkCell waterfall charts. So in ThinkCell, you can shift the baselines or change the appearance via connectors. And in version 9.5, we try to make the converter results look like the ThinkCell chart, which means we sometimes have to modify the Excel data to achieve this. Moreover, there are many small but relevant improvements to the converter that combined lead to a significant improvement of the converter. The following slides consist of 2 examples by which I can show you the improved converting results. First of all, you can see a rather full ThinkCell Gantt chart and the raw converted result right here, which is already 95% perfect. In some areas, it might be necessary to move some labels around. And secondly, we have a modified ThinkCell waterfall chart with multiple connector layers right here. This is the conversion result, and when I switch between both slides, you can see that both are more or less exactly the same. Another color was picked here, but other than that, the conversion worked very well, so that there's hardly any rework to do. I hope this video helped you to understand the new features of Empower Charts and Content Creation versions 9.5. Thank you for watching and goodbye.